This video is a long time coming. I have been talking about scripting and how amazing it is and how it's changed my life for a while now, and I had yet to actually do a video about scripting. And a lot of times when I was looking for videos about scripting, there weren't really that many videos that were quick, to the point, and explained it in a way that I could grasp it. So I am gonna make the video, and my intent is that it will help you learn an easy way to adapt scripting into your everyday life, because it is so amazing to make sure that your manifestations come to fruition. So stay tuned here on Clarity Couture. Hey everybody, Lyndsey here. You are on Clarity Couture. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time to be present with me. So today I wanted to talk about something that really has changed my life: scripting. I have always been someone who was able to write anything. I was so dramatic growing up. I would write these just insane stories, and then I would be like, all right, I'm bored with this, and I would just leave it there and I would finish it. So if I were to put them together today, I probably would see a lot of things that I wrote, oh woe is me things, actually coming to fruition later on, like in high school. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that stuff, but I do script every single day. I script every single day. My little Chiquita Banana, she passed away a little over a month now. R.I.P. Chiquita. But yeah, and every day I just write something, and I do it more than once actually. If I have an idea or I get myself in a good mood, I sit down and I script. So I'm gonna stop talking your ear off and explain to you what scripting actually is, because I kept running into that where I was just like, get to the video, what is scripting? So scripting is the art, and I do call it an art because a lot of people have a hard time imagining things as if they want them to be, rather than seeing them as they are. So that's why I say it's an art, okay? The art of writing things out, and not just things, writing things out that you want, your goals, your ambitions, your desires. We don't say hopes, because hope comes from an energy of lack. I'll get into that another time. So our ambitions, our desires, our goals, and it's the art of writing out these desires and these goals in the voice of gratitude as if they've already happened. Okay, now why do we do gratitude? Why does it need to be in the voice of gratitude? First off, what is gratitude? Gratitude is being fully aware and present in the moment, in your heart, and seeing it for what it is, the fullness of it. That feeling comes through as gratitude. That is gratitude to me, and it's something that you feel in all depths of your soul. It's not something that can be faked. It cannot be portrayed as a facade. It's an authentic, true feeling to self that truly puts you in a mode of bliss in your heart. So when you're writing in the voice of gratitude, you're letting yourself feel the feeling of it. You're letting yourself really hone in on the feeling of what it's gonna be like in that timeline, experiencing that. That's what scripting is. And there are a lot of toss-ups about how you need to script. Scripting is something that's creative to you. I've seen Ashley Ducey, who is really great with scripting, and talking about writing out, I am grateful and thankful for. That's great. That works too. I found what worked the best for me was writing out from start to finish my day. And that's in the mornings. I write out my day as if it's already happened, and I write it exactly how I want it to happen. Now, scripting is going to be kind of rough for anybody who doesn't know A, what they want, or B, for anyone who doesn't know how to verbalize that, okay? You have to know what you want to be able to script. So if you're somebody who is easily swayed by this and that, and the next thing you know, your wants and your needs have solely changed based on someone else's opinion or statement of it. The reason that writing out the day the way that you intend for it to happen works is because we are source creators. I'm going to do another video for that for you guys later this week. So don't worry if you're like, what is a source creator? I'm going to have a video on that as well. So what I want you to know is that your mind runs off of habitual thinking. And I love this saying, we only use 10% of our brain, because that's true. They just didn't verbalize what that actually means. I'm going to break it down for you. Our subconscious mind runs 90% of our world, where our conscious mind is running from that other 10%. So when they say, oh, well, humans only use 10% of their brain, yeah, about the majority of the collective, those who are unawakened, yes. Because it's easy. That's all they've been shown. But that's why people like myself and others who are sharing the same information are here. We're here to let you know how easy it is to take that 10% and that 90% and flip it around. Your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind is much like the baby off of Twilight that imprints on the werewolf. Such a crazy analogy. So in the movie Twilight, there's a little baby vampire that grows up very quickly, kind of part of the storyline. If you don't follow it, it's okay, I'll catch you up. And it imprints, meaning it sees someone and it knows that it's like its twin flame, right? So it imprinted on a werewolf that was way older than the baby. And it's funny because the mom was really mad. She was like friends with the werewolf. It's just like, what are you doing? He's like, I can't help it. Or maybe he imprinted. I think he imprinted on the baby. Yeah, that's what it was. He imprinted. So your subconscious is like the werewolf, right? Your subconscious is like the werewolf from Twilight, where he imprinted on the baby and he's like, I can't help it. This is just how it works. The subconscious is the werewolf. Your conscious mind is the baby, okay? And when you think of it that way, right? Like, the baby doesn't know what it wants. Like, the subconscious mind, the werewolf, is just doing whatever the baby wants because that's how it's conditioned, how it's genetically brought up to work. So when you're sitting there and you're manifesting and you're creating your day with intent every single day, you're training your little werewolf to do what you need it to do when you're not there, because the subconscious goes into autopilot. And if the conscious mind isn't there to create the habit, because the conscious mind usually works through habitual thinking, the subconscious mind is going to kick in and go on that same little railroad track. All right, this is the track we've been on. We're just going to keep going on it. That's why it's so important to create your reality in every second of every day. And it really is that serious. And for a while, it's hard because a lot of us, we're programmed to run on autopilot. It took me a year and a half before I could even actually consciously talk about manifestation and law of attraction, because I knew how it worked, but I couldn't seem to apply it to my own life. This was years ago, okay? This was years ago when I first found out about it, before I told anyone, like, hey, things are happening. Like, I don't think the way I used to think. I'm not run by the normal things that I used to be run by anymore, because things have changed for me in such a big way. And now I've stepped into my soul mission, and this has allowed me to do that. I have so much passion and so much confidence about this. And this reiterates that, because a lot of times we are conditioned to go, wow, her ass looks good. He put out more albums than me, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know who's a musician in here, but whatever. So whatever it is that you would use to compare yourself to someone else, you need to realize that those are conditioned so that you will run into a small factor, be easy to control, not controlling your reality. We're not going to get too far out of that. And like I said, easier to control. But if you are here actively creating your reality every single day, I have notebooks on notebooks on notebooks on notebooks. Literally, I can't lift all of them up because things are on them right now, but like notebooks filled, okay? And you have these notebooks around all the time, and you're reconditioning your mind. What others literally see as you brainwashing yourself, you have to do that because that's how dedicated you are. And scripting allows that dedication to become fun, because when you're writing it, one of the main things about scripting is you want to get into the feeling of it, to be like, what did I write? Oh, so my grandfather was sick for a time. I scripted every single day. Papa is healthier. He is stronger and he's healthier and he's stronger and everything is better and he's gaining weight and everything's fantastic. Everything that I scripted in that happened. There were other things that happened with my family that I'm not going to put out on blast, but it was things just needed to kind of be realigned, and it needed to be realigned with love. Scripting is realigning with love. Ooh, I love that. Yes, scripting is realigning with love, and that's what you're doing. You're realigning your life. It's not really conditioning because it's a habitual thing and it's easy for us to start a new habit. People say that it's hard to start a new habit. A habit starts the minute that you decide that it's begun. That's where a habit starts. It doesn't take 28 days. Habit starts the minute you decide. That decision is made. This becomes a habit because it's fun. And then you start to see these things where you're like, oh, I scripted one day. I'll remember I was like, it's like 72 degrees. It's the middle of winter. The sun is out. I had to take my jacket off walking home. I was walking my dog. I had to take my jacket off in the middle of downtown because I was walking home and it got so warm. It was like 75 degrees out. It was the middle of like January or December. It was unheard of weather for that. And I remember just stopping and being, I scripted that. You're welcome, world. I was just really like proud of myself. So scripting becomes really fun when you start to see it. So you want to feel that feeling of it and having it and realizing how amazing scripting is. In the spirit of scripting and ensuring that you're scripting your world the way you want, I want you to affirm right now, I script the world I want to live in. Say it again. I script the world that I want to live in. And just remember that you truly do create every part of your reality. And if you sit every morning and every night and script out the world you want to live in, you will be living in that world. I promise you. I just wanted to remind you guys, if you like my video, if you enjoy what I'm sharing, please hit that like button, subscribe, or even just share me with somebody who you think it would help. But do please hit that like button simply because it helps others see me. It pops the algorithm up in YouTube, and you know how those algorithms work. So I appreciate you so much. All right, so that's all scripting is, you guys. It's having a notebook around, starting your day off with, damn, this is what I want my day to be like. And that's where the part that is hard for people to kick into is that they just won't sit down. I sit down away from this and away from this. Like that's what's hard for people. And then they tell themselves it's hard. And I'm gonna record another video about that tonight, about your everything that you speak is an affirmation. So watch out for that next week. But that's basically what is happening is when you say, well, I can't do that because it's hard. I can't is an affirmation just like I am. So I'm gonna do a video about that really soon. And until then, I hope that you guys drive yourselves well, because remember, your body is a vehicle for your soul, and your soul is here running the show. It's just had the back seat for a while, and that's what we're doing. We're realigning and we're putting your soul in the driver's seat. So until I see you again, drive yourselves well, my friends. Namaslay.